Hello guys and happy Tuesday. So in today's video I'm very excited because we are going to be looking at my first YouTube paycheck. So most of you guys will know that I got monetized in January, so of course I thought I would take you on the journey and we're going to take a look and see how much I actually earned in that month. Now I should say that the money I make in January from my ads, I don't actually get paid until February, so nearer the end of February, but I still think it would be quite good to see how I did in that first month. So I want to take a look at how much I made, but I also want to look at how much I made daily as well, plus also look at my CPM and how much I made on some individual videos as well, so all of that good stuff. And I kind of feel like I'm basically showing you everything, but I know that we're on this money journey together, so let's just do it. Plus I couldn't have even become monetized without you guys watching my videos, so just want to say a huge thank you for that. And yeah, I'm hoping that if I'm transparent in terms of showing you guys how I actually make that money, then that will give you some inspiration too. And then also at the end of the video I'm going to be giving you guys some tips as well, so if you are looking to start your YouTube channel or if you've just recently started, I want to give you guys some tips on how I was able to grow and how I effectively managed to get monetized, because I think it took me just around 7 months to get there. So whilst I'm going to be traveling to my computer, make sure you do hit that like button because it does also help me to figure out whether you like these videos and whether I should do more in the future. So now that you've done that, let's just take a look, and I'm very excited. Okay, so what I first did is I went over to Instagram to ask some of you guys how much you think I earned in my first month, and the answers range between 50 to about £300. Now I definitely think that's a lot more realistic compared to the first time I'd asked a question like that. So I think in December I asked you guys how much you think I earned in passive income over the whole year, and some of your answers were a bit crazy, I'm not gonna lie, but this is definitely a lot more realistic, so that was really interesting to see. So if you want to take part in some of the polls that I do, because I do tend to do that quite a bit, then definitely follow me on Instagram. But let's take a look and see how much I earned in my first month. So as you can see, my estimated revenue for January was £146.85. And actually what I'm going to do is look onto my YouTube studio on my phone because I can see how much that was in dollars as well. So in January my estimated revenue was $200.33. So again, this isn't actually going to hit my bank account until February, so near the end of February, but this is the estimated revenue. Now I don't really know why it's estimated, maybe sometimes it might fluctuate, I'm not really sure, but we will see if that's the same thing when I get my Google AdSense paycheck. Plus it's also going to get to the point where this money isn't actually going to be in my pocket because I will have to start paying the tax man, but at the moment I haven't actually hit the threshold yet, so hopefully this is what I will be getting in February. So what I want to do now is actually break it down daily and see how much I was likely to earn each day. So if I click on daily here, you can see that on the first day I was earning about £3.41, and that is something that I mentioned in my monetization video, so if you haven't watched that, that really just explains the monetization process and also how much I earned in my first week, so definitely check that out. I will link that up here for you and in the description below. But you can see that my lowest day I think was Monday, yeah, January the 11th, and I got £3.34, and actually that was a day that I didn't upload as well, so I don't think Mondays are particularly big day for me. But actually let's look at my highest day, which I think was here, £8.24, which was on Tuesday the 19th, and actually I uploaded a video on that day, and funnily enough it was the video where I talked about how I got monetized on YouTube, so yeah, that's quite interesting to see. And then I think my second highest day was on the 12th, so I earned about £7.24, and I think that was my trading 212 stock portfolio, so I did upload on that day. And then there was another day where it was relatively high, which was on January the 5th, and then that was my net worth and budget video, so that's something that I've mentioned before. But then also I had a day where I earned £7.13, and that was on Tuesday the 26th of January, and that was when I uploaded my £16 a week food budget. So that's, yeah, very interesting to see. So yeah, it looks like on the other days I kind of average around that £4 to £5 mark each day, which is, yeah, really interesting to see, and especially because it's my first month, so very excited. Plus I think in order to get paid out by Google AdSense there is a threshold you have to meet, so I think for the UK it's £60, and then for the US it's about $100, so I'm really happy that I've been able to meet that threshold for January, so I should get paid paid in February, which is, yeah, all good. So what I want to do now is head over to my revenue tab and let's look at my CPM first. So CPM again tells me how much advertisers are paying per 1,000 playbacks, but then RPM is really based on how much I'm earning per 1,000 playbacks as well. So again, I do mention that in my monetization video. So let's check CPM. So CPM, again, the average was about £11.79. It doesn't really fluctuate that much, although there was one day where it was £16, another day where it was £16, a few £9 to £10 I can see. Let's look at RPM. So there was one day where it's relatively high, £11.39. There's one on £10.56, but it's quite stable actually. It seems to be quite consistent, which is interesting. But let's take a look at the individual videos as well and see how that's been doing. So if I click on see more, you're probably going to see a whole load of lines. But if I look down here, this is what gives me my estimated revenue. So my highest one is obviously the video where I talk about how I save over £1,000 a month. So I've been able to get £46.13 from there, which I think is really interesting. The second highest is my beginner stock portfolio. That's about £11. And then my stock portfolio update, again, that is about £10. And then the next one is my net worth and budget update, which is about £7. So I think actually, considering it is the first month, I think that's quite good. It's quite interesting to see that my stock portfolio updates one possibly have a higher CPM maybe. Although actually my saving video has a CPM of about £14.98 compared to my beginner stock portfolio that has a CPM of about £9. And then obviously my other stock portfolio video has a slightly higher CPM of about £10, which is quite interesting to see that they're slightly different. And actually, let's take a look down and see videos that maybe just haven't earned as much as my other main videos. So the first one is a video about the UK recession, which I'm actually quite surprised at, but it's probably because it's not had that many views, but it's got a decent CPM. It's got a CPM of about £8.67, but I've earned about 6 pence from that. And then the next one is how I save for Christmas. So actually I'm not even too surprised because we're not in Christmas at the moment. How I plan to make money in a recession. So that's only earned me about 9 pence. So clearly actually all my recession videos haven't really earned me that much, although the CPM is relatively high actually. So that's really interesting to see, but it may just be because it's not been viewed as much. And again, I have got some of my Christmas videos as well that haven't earned me very much, but I'm not surprised at that again because we are in January now, so no one's thinking about Christmas. I do have a furloughed video that actually has a relatively high CPM, but it hasn't actually been viewed that much, so I've only made about 13 pence from that. So yeah, it's just really interesting to see the videos that maybe aren't earning me as much compared to the videos that are earning me quite a bit. So what I think will be interesting to see is, let's actually see what my highest CPM is, because it might not be my saving video and I don't actually think it is. So if I look down this column, obviously I can see that the saving video is relatively high. I've also got my debt video as well, so that's got a CPM of about £13.85, which is interesting. Let's see if there's any high one. Oh, there's one for £17. Which one is that? Oh, okay. So 7 personal finance books that changed my life. That has a CPM of about £17, which is really interesting to see. And then the next one, oh, £19. Wow, setting my financial goals for 2021. That's a relatively high CPM. Wonder if there's one that's relatively low. So yeah, my Christmas video is relatively low. That's got a CPM of about £4.48. Obviously, Christmas is only once a year as well, so I didn't envision that that's going to have a high CPM. So there's one video where the CPM is just over £5, and that's how I budget my 30k salary, which is really interesting because some of my budgeting videos do have relatively higher CPM. So I'm quite surprised that that's quite low, to be honest. So this is why it's so interesting, because your CPM is going to fluctuate. It can change as well, and especially looking at some of the topics as well, it's going to be different. So you're not going to have just one CPM for everything. You can see that there's a whole load of different CPMs depending on the topics on your videos and your audience and just a whole load of stuff. So it's always really interesting to see. Now, I know a couple of you guys have been asking me how I managed to grow my channel so that I could become monetized, so I wanted to use this video to give you a few tips. tips. So the first thing that I want to say is really it's about making quality videos. Now, when I talk about quality, a lot of people think that it's about the equipment, but it's really about the value that you give in those videos. Yes, the equipment can help. So I do have the camera and I have lighting, and all of those are in the description below if you would like to get them. But really, when I first started this channel, I was just using my iPhone and I was using the speaker within the phone. Plus, when it came to lighting, I was really just using daylight from outside. So I would just say, just start with what you have and then you can start to level up from there, but focus more on your content rather than the equipment. The second thing I would say is to be consistent. So when I first started the channel, I was only posting once a week, but I was posting every single Friday without fail. And I even told people that were subscribed to my channel that I do post every single Friday. 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 And then once I got comfortable posting once a week, I decided to increase that to twice a week. But again, I was still very consistent with the days. So I knew that I wanted to post every single Tuesday and Friday so that you guys can know when my videos are going to come out. And then also so that the algorithm knows, so that they can hopefully start to push my videos further as well. And then the third thing I would say is try to make yourself visible. So how I did that is I basically tried to rank in search as much as I could. So not only would I be providing videos for my current subscribers, I really wanted to attract new people into my channel as well. So I really wanted to focus on people who are more likely to search things that I could provide value for. So for example, if you type in how to save money UK, I would hopefully be ranking up for that, because then it meant that I would attract new people to my channel who would hopefully then subscribe as well. Now, how I did that is I used something called TubeBuddy. So I think it's a sort of browser extension, but basically it helps me to figure out what keywords are likely to be searched for, and it gives me a score in terms of whether that's a keyword that I might want to target, or whether it's got, you know, too much competition, or if it's just got a whole load of search results, for example. So that's something that I do tend to use. There is a free version that I used at first, and then once I tried it out, I decided to get the paid version as well. But you have the option to either get the paid or free version. So it's really, really useful. So if you are thinking of starting a YouTube channel, then I would definitely recommend TubeBuddy. I literally use it all the time for all my videos. So I will put my affiliate link in the description below. I think you can get the free version or the paid version. And then the other thing I would say is just think about your audience and what you think they would like to see. So I tend to look at my analytics and I can notice whether my audience prefers certain videos compared to others. So the videos that they are more likely to view, I'm more likely to do videos around them, because I know that that's exactly what my audience wants to see. And then the fifth thing I would say is just really be yourself and find out your USP. So really think about what's going to make you different. So for example, in my niche, before there wasn't a lot of personal finance YouTubers, but there is a lot now, especially in the UK. So I needed to figure out how I can be different so that people can want to subscribe to my channel as well as subscribing to other people's channels. So really try to take the time and think about what makes you different and just use that as an opportunity to deliver that information, because really and truly, depending on your niche, you're going to have a lot of people talking about the same topics, but the way you deliver them is going to be different. So the one thing I would say is find out what makes you different. So if you did like this video, then remember to give me a thumbs up if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments, were you expecting me to earn that much in my first month? I do post every Tuesday and Friday. Of course, that helps with my consistency, but if you would like to know more, then feel free to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys on Friday.